In this segment, we're going to be talking to you about comprehensive buy-sell agreements. If we're in Louisiana, this is one of the most important things you can do because it's the only state that will allow a husband and wife owned business to take advantage of a buy-sell agreement. There's no other state that lets this happen, and we are allowed to do it here in Louisiana because of Napoleonic Code, because of the way our laws are written, and it's so very, very important. Now, I'm not going to get a session on Louisiana law, just want to let you understand if you're in Louisiana, this should be particularly important to you. In the other states, it's still very important to you. Now, a lot of you all who are in business right now don't have a buy-sell agreement. You need to have one. If it's more than you, if it's you and a partner, you and anybody else besides you in that business, you need a buy-sell agreement. Now, you can only do a buy-sell agreement where there are at least two partners. So it can be anything over two. And if you're married running a business together in Louisiana, you have two partners. It's not allowed in any other state that those two people would be partners except in Louisiana. But let's talk about a comprehensive buy-sell, assuming you do have partners, assuming you are in business this way. Let's talk about why this is so critically important to you. Now, for those of you all that think you have a buy-sell agreement, and some of you do because your financial guy came in and said we can do a buy-sell agreement, and you did one, but you did one that only addressed one out of 11 different issues that can come about, and that's death. And so you got it funded with a term life insurance policy, and the idea is if one of you die, that policy will pay the company. It'll be enough money to go ahead and pay for those shares and try to find someone to replace the guy who died. And you now say we have a buy-sell agreement, and what you really have is a term life policy on each of the partners that you hope you don't have to use. Now, my thing is this: that's fine, but now let's suppose no one dies, because dying out of the business is the last of all the things that can happen in a buy-sell arrangement. And so if you're prepared for the last possible thing that could happen, then I have to ask you, what about the other issues? Well, let's talk about the other issues. For example, our buy-sell agreements have something called an ethics clause that says that if a partner does something that's completely not ethical, and this happens to them, what do? Well, there should be something built in that agreement that says their shares are given up, their shares are put into an escrow, or their shares are put back into the company and split among other people, and so forth, so that you're not exposed. And that if he gets hit with a lawsuit for his ethical practice, it doesn't stop your business. It doesn't take away from your business. What about a morality clause? Very similar to an ethics clause, where you're talking about his wife comes in, he's caught with the secretary in some bad way, then you're going to end up being sued. You know that. He's going to get divorced. You know that. But that's going to eat into the company's shares because this company was started after all you all were married, and so forth. And so these divorces now leak into your company. The term supported buy-sell agreement does not speak to this in any way. What about terminal illness? Doesn't speak to that either. That can happen where a partner goes and says, hey man, I went to the doctor today. He told me I have 6 months to live. I'm not going to spend them here. I need you guys to buy me out, give me money, and let me go and live out my 6 months. Can you write the check for the $3 or $4 million? And for most of you all, the answer is no. What about long-term disability, where it's MS, and in the next 5 years, he's going to go from being vibrant to not able to hardly move? Who's going to pay for that? He's a partner in the company. Even though he's not there, cannot be there, the company's going to still be on the hook for paying for him because you don't have a comprehensive buy-sell that speaks to this. Overhead expenses while he is out, and you have to have someone else come in that you got to put on salary to do what he does. Do you have the money to do that? That could cost as much as $25,000 to $50,000 a month. If you had a comprehensive buy-sell, that expense would be covered. Also, income during the disability. What if that don't have to be a company check? What if there's a plan in place that will pay him what he needs to get paid and keep operational money in the company so the company can keep operating while he goes through his disability or what he's dealing with? Again, comprehensive buy-sell does that. In Louisiana, a partner's divorce, as I told you, can have an adverse effect on the business. What if your buy-sell agreement protects you from a divorce of a partner? Or what if it protects you also from a lawsuit and limits the range of that lawsuit or completely eliminates them? What happens if a partner comes in and says, today I want to leave the company because I met a friend of mine from high school. He has this great business in California. I want to go be a part of that business. I want to take the money from this business and invest in that business because I think that's the future, and so on and so forth. Can you deal with that? Does your buy-sell agreement speak to that? Also, early retirement. Hey guys, I did the best I can. I'm not feeling it no more. My passion's gone for this business. I need to go do something else. Can you guys write me a check? And you see how many things are not addressed by your current buy-sell agreement? That's why you need a comprehensive buy-sell agreement. That's the only kind we do at Integrity. If we can help you to establish a comprehensive buy-sell agreement to cover these 13, 14 points that your current buy-sell agreement does not cover, give us a call. We'd like to help you do that, and we can, but only if you call us. Information's on the screen. Give us a call today.